Mavis is a diesel agent who works in the quarry company, sending freight cars in her sightings. She has 6 small wheels hidden by side plates just like Toby's. Mavis is young and full of her own ideas. She loves rearranging things too, and began putting Toby's cars in different places every day. Needless to say, Dylan and Nakulan were pleased when Mavis arrived. "Nice to meet you, Mavis. I'm Dylan, and this is my driver, Nakulan." "Nice to have you here at the quarry, Mavis," Dylan and Nakulan said. "Nice to meet you both. I hope it can be really useful." But what she did made Toby cross. "Freight cars," he grumbled, "should be where you want them, when you want them. Toby, be nice." "Yeah, Mavis has just arrived. And you, Mavis, I believe you should listen to Toby's advice. It could be very useful." "Fiddlesticks," said Mavis and flounced away. At last, Toby lost patience. "I can't waste time playing hunt the cars with you. Take them yourself." "Never mind, Mavis. Toby's cross because you don't arrange freight cars in Toby's order," said Dylan, but Mavis was pleased. Taking cars made her feel important. At the station, Diesel oiled up to her. "Toby's an old fusspot," she complained. Diesel sensed trouble and was delighted. "Toby says only steam engines can manage freight cars," continued Mavis. "How absurd," squirmed Diesel. "Depend upon it, Mavis. Anything steam engines can do, we diesels can do better." Diesel knew nothing about cars, but Mavis didn't realize this. Toby's line crosses the main road behind the station, and for a short way follows a farm lane. Frosty weather makes the main lane rock hard and very slippery. Toby stops before reaching the lane. His fireman halts the traffic at the crossing, and then he sets off again. By using the heavy cars to push him along, he has no trouble with the frosty rails in the lane and across the road. It is the only safe thing to do in this kind of weather. Toby warned Mavis and Dylan and told them just what to do. "I can manage with Dylan, thank you," she replied. "I'm not an old fusspot like you." "Now, Mavis, you know you shouldn't call Toby such rude names, 'cause that will hurt his feelings, and he was trying to warn us about problems that may happen," said Nakulan. "He's right, Mavis. Toby is telling us to be careful," added Dylan. "I don't listen to what steam engines say. I told Toby, and I'm telling you, I can manage on my own," Mavis replied. The freight cars were tired of being pushed around by Mavis. "It's slippery," they whispered. "Let's push her around instead. On, on," they yelled. "No, off," shouted Dylan. Mavis took no notice. Instead, she brought the cars carefully down the lane and stopped at the level crossing. All traffic halted. "Widen the headlamp for fusspot Toby," chortled Mavis, but Mavis had stopped in the wrong place. Instead of taking Toby's advice, she had given the cars the chance they wanted. Hold back," they cried. "No, don't hold back. Push forward," Dylan replied. "Grab!" ordered Mavis. The cars just laughed and her wheels spun helplessly. Workmen sanded the rails and tried to dig away the frozen mud, but it was no good. At least Dylan kept trying to push the cars to help Mavis. Everyone was impatient. "Grrr!" wailed Mavis. "Calm down, Mavis. We shouldn't act like this." "Yeah, we should just wait for help to arrive." "But Toby will laugh at me, and I don't want that." "I don't think Toby will laugh at you," Nakulan said. Toby was in the yard when he heard the news. "I warned him," he fumed.
Mavis is young yet, and Dylan is still new to the island.
Sued his driver.
And
"They can manage the cars themselves," interrupted Toby.
they're your cars, really.
his driver replied.
Mavis is supposed to stay at the quarry. If Sir Topham Hatt finds out...
Yes, said Toby thoughtfully. He and his driver agreed that it would be best to help Mavis and Dylan after all. An angry farmer was telling Mavis just what she could do with her train. Having trouble, Mavis and Dylan? Chortled Toby. I am surprised. Gosh, said Mavis. Be quiet, Mavis. Toby came to help us. Grr, how rude, Mavis said angrily. With much pumping and wheel slip, Toby pushed Mavis and the freight car's back. The hard work made his fire burn fiercely, and his firemen spread hot cinders to melt the frozen mud. At last, they finished. Goodbye, called Toby. You'll manage now, I expect. See you later, Toby. Thanks for your help. No problem. See you later. Mavis didn't answer. She and Dylan took the cars to the sheds where the two agents said goodbye, and Mavis scuttled home to the quarry as quickly as she could. Bye, Mavis. It was nice meeting you. Yeah, see you later. Mavis didn't reply. She was upset and embarrassed. I hope Mavis will learn her lesson. Yes, me too, Dylan and Nakulan said as they puffed back home.